Boo! It is me! The one and only! Hello everybody, and welcome back to today's hyperfixation stream, the last of the many. Hi Oscar, welcome back. Welcome to today's stream. I'm looking at the stream already a little bit sad because I am aware that this is going to be the last of this hyperfixation series, about the JCU at least. Maybe there will be other hyperfixation streams, but the last JCU hyperfixation stream. That is a weird thought to have, because it's been 10 streams since December that I've shared my love for the JCU over. And it is weird to think about the fact that this is going to be the last one of these. And I'm a little bit excited about it, because today is going to be exciting. It's going to be a lot of great content. We're going to be starting with watching a video that I talked about last week, which is the differences between the version 1 and version 2 of the finale. Because there were some things we talked about that I also want to know what are the differences. I looked a little bit into it earlier today to make sure that it would be working properly. It is a great video. I didn't watch too far. It's going to be around 20 minutes, probably 30, considering that I talk a lot. We're going to look at my PowerPoint again, which I haven't pulled out in a while, but we're going to look into my PowerPoint again. I'm going to talk about a little bit more details that I've noticed, and so on. And then we're going to do some tier lists of the JCU, and after we've done that, we should have the time, hopefully, to also just talk generally about it, which is going to happen anyways. We're going to talk about some things, but I found some things out of the fandom that I've been rambling about the past few days every now and then to Chai specifically. Chai's been the victim of my rambling about things I see in the fandom that I want to talk about, and I'm going to be talking about those. I'm very excited about this. I'm also very sad about today's stream. I think if given the chance, I could talk about this forever, but there has to be an end at some point, and there's already a new project instead for Tuesdays in planning, so I'm kind of excited to get that as well. So it has to end at some point. And I guess today is the last one. And I don't want to hold us back for too long today, because otherwise I'm going to continue rambling and then we're not getting anything done. So we're just going to go straight to this. Okay, does it not show, please? Could it please also show what I'm trying to show you? Apparently not. There we go. We're going to watch this lovely video about the differences. I'm very excited about this. I'm giving you the subtitles, unless the subtitles don't like me again, then we're watching this without subtitles. It's nothing we haven't seen before. It's differences. From what I've seen, there are some scenes that I think were better in version 1 and some that were better in version 2. I've seen 2 minutes roundabout of it, but there are some scenes that I think they did better in one version than in the other, and that it might have fit better in the original design, but you know, opinions are opinions. We're going to go into the video before I continue to talk about it. This is not an example of this. The title effect of the finale is so much better than the Let's Start. So good. It is so tasty. It's edible. Let's eat it.
Ein Geschenk.
Ja, ein Geschenk.
So sei es.
I don't know, it both has something. On the bottom, there's always like, which one's playing right now, which one isn't playing right now, to make sure you understand which one the audio changed.
Zeit für einen zweiten Catwalk.
Version 2 is better. It is better in this case.
Das Ganze ja auch ohne Gewalt lösen.
And this one, I'm very sad that it's missing in version 2.
Du zuerst.
Nein, du.
Nein, du zuerst.
No, you first!
Okay, Vorschlag. Wir sind Erwachsene Männer,
ja? Wir regeln das mit Worten, okay?
Du zuerst.
Nein, du.
Du zuerst.
Nein, du.
Du zuerst.
I like that. That scene was funny.
Hier erstmal alles so ein bisschen putz, bisschen sauber, vor allem da hinten, da ist noch ziemlich viel Dreck so. Dann bin ich auch gar nicht mehr so böse, okay? Also wir kommen uns entgegen.
The scene was so good, so they should have. I think they should have kept it in.
Wir haben Eos nicht davon abgehalten, Iris zu
Would have been good.
So, als hätte Eos dir nicht alles erzählt, mein kleiner arbeitsscheuer Wicht. Wir haben Eos nicht davon abgehalten, Iris zu retten. Das ist unsere Chance zuzuschlagen und ihm sein Gesicht wieder abzunehmen. Wir haben
Is
es
it?
einmal geschafft.
Aber da waren wir noch zu viert.
Es reicht mit diesen Solo-Aktion-Spin-Off-Alleingängen. Wir müssen endlich wieder zusammenhalten.
They cut a lot different, obviously.
Nur so haben wir
I noticed that at some point as well that it was weirdly cut because it wasn't like I saw version 1 obviously, and at some point I don't know what scene it was, but during version 2 I realized that there was something like differently cut, and that was weird. It irritated me.
Es sind keine Menschen mehr.
Coloring.
Nur Marionetten.
There are often differences, but there aren't all like cut in. You also see it doing a lot of the, like, this one's also a lot darker, like, muted in version 2 than in version 1. It's generally something they did.
Lasst ein Like da, wenn er Captain werden soll.
Lasst ein Like da, wenn er Captain werden soll.
I love them. They did a great job.
Ich danke dir.
Ooh! I never noticed that, but they added, like, flickering. Like, it actually looks like something's happening now in his face, instead of just being the same.
Muss dem Mann in
Nice.
sein Gesicht
Nice.
geben.
Ich wurde ewig auf den
Und
Mond
verbannt.
verbannt in Leid und Einsamkeit.
I'm going to talk about this a little bit for a second. It's not specifically about this, but I talked with Chai earlier today, and we talked about the Sandman spin-off, or I showed Chai the Sandman spin-off, and we talked while watching it, and like had conversations about it, and what happened was that constantly I would be like quoting exactly what they were going to say in the exact moment. And Chai questioned how often I've seen this, and the answer is not as often as I could have, but enough that I know what they say from the top of my head without issues. Which is a little bit sad, but they made a masterpiece. And I love this masterpiece, and I will not stop talking about it. And I will not stop watching it again. Can't, physically. Yeah, the building.
Hier habe ich damals zum ersten Mal den
Ah.
Himmel für sie verdunkelt.
They're both great options, honestly.
Tatsächlich hat jede dieser Personen meinen Weg in irgendeiner Weise gekreuzt. Aber
On one side, it is really, really sad, considering the fact that I've watched the majority of these at least 5 times at this point. And by the majority, I mean everything except for The Sandman and Act 5. Act 6, the finale. Those I've watched less, but everything else I've watched at least 5 times at this point. Before the release of Act 5, I think even before the release of Act 4, I rewatched the entire JCU within like one day because I wanted to, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, it's not all that sane anymore, I think. I think that's the point. It's not that sane anymore that I know what they say before they say it, and watch these a little bit too often.
Niemand hat mich so sehr geprägt wie John. Tatsächlich haben all diese Personen meinen Weg gekreuzt. Aber niemand hat mich so geprägt wie John.
Ein eingefrorenes Mammut.
Ich kam problemlos an Bord, weil meine DNA dem Raumschiff bereits bekannt war.
Yeah.
Ich verstand es damals noch nicht, aber ich kam problemlos an Bord, weil meine DNA dem Raumschiff bereits bekannt war.
Hey, wo hast du den Scanner geklaut?
Hey, woher hast du den Scanner? Hast du den geklaut?
Mein Vater hatte mir das Blut 1000...
I'm not confessing to a sin. I'm just stating that maybe it's a little bit insane how much I watch about it. Just a little bit. It's nothing bad. I do enjoy it. It brings me joy. I immensely enjoy watching it over and over again, and I can watch it over and over again. If that would be great content, I would be watching some of those things over and over again and still notice little details that I wish I could talk about later on again. But in general, I just really like doing this. They're great. They're masterpieces in my opinion. And I love them. So I don't think there's anything wrong with this, but it might have gotten slightly off the rail at some point.
...der katalanischer Mauereidechsen injiziert. So hatte es mir meine Mutter erzählt. Ich wollte meinen Vater zur Rede stellen, aber nach Jahrzehnten der Suche wurde mir klar, dass ich ihn hier nicht mehr finden würde. Mein einziges Indiz, ihn aufzuspüren, war ein Amulett, das er mir hinterlassen hatte. Denn darin stand der Ort und das Datum, an dem meine Eltern sich kennengelernt hatten.
This is, I think, what we talked about, how they dealt with it without having his actual, like, adult face in it. They just had other scenes, mostly.
Ich musste zurück zur Erde.
Like, yeah, they just have him from the back and stuff.
Aber so etwas wie Zeitreisen existierte noch nicht. Doch ich war entschlossen genug, mich dieser unmöglichen Aufgabe zu stellen.
They just deal with it by just having him stand in the greenery instead.
Das Leben war dabei mein größter Vorteil. Über viele Jahrhunderte arbeitete ich mich in der Föderation hoch. Dies gab mir uneingeschränkten Zugang zu allen Raumschiffen und Ressourcen, die ich für meine Forschungen benötigte.
The music's still good.
Einen Weg fand. Dies gab mir uneingeschränkte Zugangsrechte zu allen Raumschiffen
Ew,
und Ressourcen.
that's a weird
bis ich
sentence.
schließlich einen Weg fand. Die Anomalien, die sich wie eine Krankheit im Universum ausbreiteten, vermochten nicht nur den Raum zu beeinflussen.
Das heißt, die Anomalien funktionieren so wie eine Zeitmaschine?
Nur die wenigsten haben Einfluss auf die
Hi,
Zeit.
Chai Late.
Die meisten von ihnen sind
It's not Chai Latte anymore, it's not Chai Late. Hi, welcome back to us. We're watching this lovely difference in between version 1 and version 2 of the finale. Yeah, Chai Latte, latte, with late in it. Chai Latte.
tödlich. Nur ich weiß die Anomalien zu meinen Zwecken einzusetzen.
I actually liked it down.
Anomalien einzusetzen.
But okay.
Habe ich die Lösung.
Mit meiner ausgereiften Zeitreisetechnologie hatte ich den Ort und das Datum aus dem Amulett angesteuert. Meine Mutter erzählte mir oft von jener Kostümparty, wo sie meinen Vater kennengelernt hatte. Meine Mutter erzählte mir oft von jener Kostümparty, wo sie meinen Vater kennengelernt hatte. Mit meiner
A lot of times it just looks like it's further zoomed out as well.
Ort und das Datum aus dem Amulett angesteuert. Meine jahrhundertelange Suche fand ein Ende auf die schlimmstmögliche Weise.
Guten Morgen.
Meine jahrhundertelange Suche fand ein Ende auf die schlimmstmögliche Weise.
Guten Morgen.
Denn der Vater, nach dem ich die ganze Zeit gesucht hatte, war ich selbst. Das hier habe ich mir selbst angetan.
I still like that.
Oh, das ist schlimmer, als ich dachte.
Es ist ein Teufelskreis. Ich bin verflucht, die Dinge, die ich zu lösen versuche, überhaupt erst hervorzuholen.
Actually, on one side, the way he didn't have a face during version 1 was nice, but the way we have version 2 is great. Having Revi there is funny, and I also think it adds to it. Just because you actually have a face to the person that is responsible for everything, and it's honestly kind of funny and great. It gives a different appearance to the whole thing.
Wenn ich andere anstoße, ohne einen direkten Einfluss zu nehmen. Doch ich fand heraus, dass eine wirkliche Wahrscheinlichkeit entsteht, Dinge in der Zeit zu ändern, wenn ich andere dazu anstoßen würde. Von allen möglichen Wegen das Universum vor der Zerstörung der Anomalien zu retten.
Hey, I would recommend putting the goggles on last.
Garantie für einen Erfolg. In meinem Fall war es die Suche nach meinem Vater. In meinem Fall war es die Suche nach
Yeah, that song is also pretty recognizable at this point. I think version 2 just got sillier in that one. Which is good. I like that. Sometimes the music just does it.
Es tut mir leid.
Oh, one of them sounds way higher. Ah, they just didn't answer to that.
Ihr widert mich an, naja. Bis auf einer.
Ooh.
Gib auf, Bruder. Okay. Nur sie kann Eos davon überzeugen, sein Gesicht zu wechseln.
Yeah.
Eos steht nicht. Was? Nein. John, ich muss dir so viel erzählen, aber wir müssen schnell zu Iris. Was? Nein. John, ich muss dir so viel erzählen, aber wir müssen schnell zu Iris.
Nutz sie nur, wenn du in Gefahr bist. Am besten gar nicht.
Doch!
And the darker one.
Nein.
Eos wies mich an, hier zu warten. Weshalb sollte ich euch beiden mehr Vertrauen
We get the song because that one wasn't
Na gut.
in version 1.
Schwester müssen los nach
Ach schon.
Ob das hier Sinn macht, mach mal keine Show. Ob das hier Real Talk ist, sowieso. Würdest du das Drake fragen oder Crow? Blind Date, doch dein Bauchgefühl weiß. Willst du hier sitzen bleiben oder Geschichte schreiben? Mach mal Kopf aus, Fuego an. Lass mich kochen, Schwester, hab den Masterplan. Raus aus der Dunkelheit, machen Exit wie der Anglerfisch.
It's a good song.
Wir lost wie Andres Buch, das es gar nicht gibt. Glaub mir einfach, dass ich mir vertrau, Baby, Baby. 1 plus 1 ergibt 2, wir addieren den Vibe zusammen, schaffen bis raus, Baby, Baby. Kein Gelaber, lass uns weg in No Cap, einfach, dass ich mir vertrau, Baby, Baby. 1 plus 1 ergibt 2, wir addieren den Vibe zusammen, schaffen bis raus, Baby, Baby. Kein Gelaber, lass uns weg in No Cap. Sis, ich drift dich ab mit neuem Drop. Mit dem neuen Style.
Von Eternal God.
Ego line out now, live im Shop. Jetzt im Shop. Gründe die Jogger Hoodie, sei kein Wort.
Genug! Es reicht mit diesen grässlichen Klängen. Du hast mich überzeugt, ich komme
They were good.
Ich fand's echt gut.
Excuse you.
Pete,
Yeah, but it's a good merch advertisement.
jetzt müssen wir nur noch die da überzeugen. Luft! Es muss hier enden. Sie wird uns alle zwingt, Eos. Ich komm von oben. Nein, rechts.
It's true. They didn't have the effect. Yeah, that one didn't exist. That one I was very surprised by. Ooh, that looks so much better with the coloring.
Das müssen dann wohl
Nick und Andy. True, the facts weren't there. Things you don't notice unless you see them side by side.
Nein! Was machst du, Julia? Was so? Zeit wieder nach Hause.
Muff. Yeah, they did. I thought about it the first time I saw version 2. That wasn't there when I first watched it, but I thought I just forgot about it because there was so much going on in that scene and I probably was laying on the floor at that point. It's funny. Yeah, if I... There is somebody in this voice call in the stream chat who can very much confirm that during my first watch of version 1, I was on the floor for like the second half, constantly weeping.
Bei allen Menschen, deren Zukunft ich vorausgesehen habe, sah ich immer etwas Gutes und etwas Schlechtes. Außer bei ihnen.
Ach, ich seh's positiv. Stimmt, man kann's
Yeah, I was weeping on the floor. There's nothing I could do.
Und was? Was soll ich jetzt tun?
Schnell! Nehmen Sie die Beine in die Hand!
Ich kann nicht. Ich
Kann nicht.
hab nicht mal Finger.
Now you don't have a life anymore.
Wartet! Oh. Was denn?
Ihr hättet gehen sollen, als ihr die Chance dazu hattet.
Warte ihr! Sie können nichts dafür! Da vorne, da sind sie!
Version 2 was better with that. Same with that.
Oh nein, der Mann im Mond tötet meine Kindheitshelden. Wir müssen was tun!
Ooh, that looks better.
Finden sich zusammen.
Oh nein, das schaffen wir nicht!
Wir brauchen mehr Power!
Achtung, Zustand des Planeten Erde kritisch. Menschliche Zivilisation kurz vor vollständiger Auslöschung. Weitere Verzögerung führt zu dauerhaftem Festsetzen in dieser Vergangenheit. Achtung, zahlreiche Mondbrocken schlagen auf Erdoberfläche ein. Menschheit kurz vor vollständiger Auslöschung. Jede Verzögerung macht eine Rückkehr in unsere Zeit unmöglich. Empfehlung, sofortige Beschleunigung zum Zeitloch.
The mask. They're planning something. It's still so cool. They changed that to the stupid song. I'm sorry, I'm not over this. 'Cause I don't. They changed it to that stupid song that they played while Phipps died. And I think when Phipps was resurrected, it's Phipps' song now. And okay. I'm fine. I'm sane. Not. I will never be sane about that.
Der Störungsgrad bei 66%. Wuhu!
Yeah, it didn't look as square, as round anymore. Yeah, I was really confused the first time because I didn't see Drew take a bean. So I was really confused about that. Yeah, it's a good song. He looks differently horrifying now while doing that. I love ears.
Du hast mich angelogen. Du hast gesagt, dass John leben wird, wenn ich tue, was du sagst. Du hast mich angelogen. Du hast gesagt, dass ich John retten werde.
Wir konnten verhindern, dass der Mann im Mond seinen Zorn entfaltet. Die Anomalien konnten sich nicht auf das Universum ausbreiten. Wir konnten den Mann
Yes, feeling.
aus der Zukunft zusammenführen. So hat er verhindert, dass die Anomalien sich ins Universum ausbreiten.
Du sagtest, es gibt keinen anderen Weg. Und ich willigte ein. Aber du warst nie bereit, ein Opfer zu bringen, um den Untergang der Welt aufzuhalten.
Es ist ein Teufelskreis. Ich bin verflucht, die Dinge, die ich zu lösen versuche, überhaupt erst hervorzubringen.
Du hast das Problem selber nicht lösen können, weil du selbst das Problem bist.
He is the issue.
Du. Weil du dein eigener Vater bist. Ein Paradoxon. Aber das war kein Unfall, nicht wahr? Du hast dafür gesorgt, dass du auf jeden Fall existierst. Daher auch der Zeitpunkt, das Gesicht auszutauschen und bei ihnen heranwächst. Du.
Yeah.
Die Erde könnte weiter existieren.
Gut geschlussfolgert.
I hate him.
Ich bin die einzige Konstante in diesem Chaos. Du musst akzeptieren, dass ich dir überlegen bin.
Scheiße.
Tröste dich an dem Gedanken, dass du das Universum gerettet hast.
No.
Scheiße. Da gibt es keinen Weg mehr, die Zeit zu verändern. Keinen Weg mehr, John zu retten.
Morning. That's also one of the good songs. They did a lot of effort in animating, in like affecting some of the things. It looks a lot more like Doomsday now.
Okay. Ich weiß genau, was ich tun muss. Wenn John und ich uns nie kennenlernen, werden all die Dinge nicht passieren, die ihn zu Tino führen. Ja, noch nie in meinem Leben war es mir so klar wie jetzt.
They really thought about like doing the trash cans, and the fandom just went like, "Are you kidding me?" Because we see them. That's like the trash cans they were in as children, where they basically met. They really said, "Go to hell. We're making you sad now." There we have the DN screen. That's in version 1. Version 2, we have that whole thing.
Hier spricht Captain Isa. Bereit machen zum Start.
They all have happy lives, and it's making it so much worse. Without one person, everything's fine. Just because that one person existed to begin with. Otherwise, everybody would have a good time. It makes it so much worse because everybody's happy, and then you have like Drew and John don't know each other, and Drew seems so sad in that end. Like, he's just there by himself, all lonely. Green. Cry. We all need to.
Komm, hör auf. Lass den Mann in Ruhe.
Entschuldigung, Papa.
Entschuldigung?
Kennen wir
Sind
uns?
wir uns schon mal irgendwo begegnet?
Ja.
Nicht, dass ich wüsste.
It can't.
Ah, okay, sie kam mir so bekannt vor.
Papa, unser Bus.
Oh, komm.
still makes me sad.
Können wir heute Chicken Nuggets essen? Bitte.
Ja, mal schauen.
Ja, mal schauen. Mal schauen. They're so sad. The differences between between version 1 and version 2. It's kind of sad to see, actually, but they did such a good job. A lot of the things look way better now than they did before. I will be right back with you guys. I'm going to get myself a snack, and I will be right back. I'm hungry right now, so give me like 5 minutes, then I will be right back here. Until then, don't get up to anything. I will see you. I will be back. So guys, we're back. Oh my god, this is awkward. I see myself double.
I'm in the corner for some reason. I can't believe Elder Anthea put me all the way in the other corner.
Oh,
Fancy meeting you here, Anthea.
I'm in hell. I'm in hell, guys. I was put into hell.
The reason why it's so great to draw your friends PNG tubers is because then you just have the assets for it at all time. Hello everyone, my name is Chai and I am here as well, just for fun.
Chai's here today. Chai's joining me in this lovely last hyperfixation stream about the JCU. Why?
Also, Chad, I lied to you. My bad.
I asked politely, and by politely I mean I asked earlier today and just went like, hey, do you want to come join? Chai said yes. As we see, Chai said yes.
Oh, really? Did I?
Yeah, I know. Big surprise. So here we are. We're still going to continue with the list I gave in the beginning. Don't perish, Oscar, please.
Oscar. I fear Oscar is dead.
We are so sorry. We're still doing the list. We're just doing the list together.
The list.
The list is we start with the PowerPoint, which is we're skipping half of the PowerPoint because we talked about half of the PowerPoint before. And then we're going to go into the tier list and probably talk about everything else in between and afterwards. Yeah, the Archivist 5 crumbs. They are true.
Crumbs.
Sometimes they crumb. Like right now, because we're all here. We're both here. And we're peaceful somehow. I'm moving myself up a little bit. I want to be just as tall as you. I don't want to be shorter.
The best part is that my PNG tuber is more zoomed out than yours, so no matter what you do,
I zoomed you in a little bit.
Smaller and taller.
I zoomed you in a little bit.
Now we're even. Oh, this is tragic.
But yeah, the small Archivist 5 crumbs.
The small crumbs.
Chai had to listen.
I'm even killing him this time.
Yeah, Chai had to listen to me ramble about various things of the JCU since the Tooth Fairy spin-off came out last year in August. I think since then not a single week has gone by where I haven't talked about the JCU.
I haven't been keeping track, but yeah.
Neither have
probably the
I,
case.
but probably the majority of the time at least, because I've watched House in the meantime, and Arcane. I'm sorry, Oscar.
Am I allowed to put your chat to sleep?
Am
I allowed to send them to
I
bed?
mean, yeah, Oscar, go to bed. I know you're not going to listen to either one of us, but I'm telling you, you should go to sleep.
They never do.
They never do. But I think I've talked a lot about the JCU, especially the last few weeks, especially since Act 5 came out. Which is the first time I talked to you instantly after I watched it about it. It has gotten ridiculous. But because of that, you have a decent knowledge about what's going on in this series. Because I keep rambling about it. Like yesterday,
really,
and 2 days ago, because every single time I see something, I have to ramble about, apparently. But we are going to go onto slide 25, which is their phone cases.
Oh, the phone cases slide.
Because I want to talk about them. Yeah, I want to talk about them. They're pretty. They're gorgeous. We're a little bit in the way of them, but that's besides the point.
You could move me closer to you, and then we'd be blocking less of them.
I can move you. I can move you.
Am I going to start floating?
No.
Okay, sounds good.
On the very left, we have Rune's phone case, which is the first time I actually actively noticed them.
Oh, but yeah, it's got like bone detailing, doesn't it?
Yes. Rune's phone case was never seen in one of the videos, which is so special, but it was seen in for the YouTube premieres. They always had a trailer in beforehand that you could watch, and
they did.
Yes, they were great. Some of them were really fun. Doing the spin-off for Runes, they showed that phone case, and that was the only time that phone case was seen, which is very special. I don't know why they did that. Don't question it. We have Phipps, which is bunny ears, because it's a bunny. Makes sense. Devon was actually seen during the spin-off. He's using that phone a lot, as well as Klaus, which is also very theme-fitting. The phone case died. Yeah, it died with him, actually. Yeah, it disappeared with him. So that's actually accurate.
Gone.
Yeah.
Does that mean they ever had a phone, or do they just conjure phones?
Honestly, the better question is, does the phone just magically combine with them? So if they die, the phone dies?
Maybe.
Is that how this works? Klaus' phone case is obviously also really fitting to the whole Santa Claus. I don't know, it's not my favorite, but say it like this. Klaus' phone case reminds me of like one of those children phone cases you make in like courses and stuff. I don't know why. No, we don't want our phone cases our phones to die with us. I mean, sometimes I do actually.
Clear your search history.
Yeah, that's true. ZK's phone case on the other hand, right? I'm moving myself out of the way as well.
Do I also get moved, preferably to a more reasonable height?
Okay. We can float for a moment.
Oh, we're floating now. Great.
We're floating. ZK's on the other hand is very steampunky, and it's really pretty. ZK has a lot of like those props that are very specific. Like we have the little music box.
Oh yeah.
And we have the guitar, which are both really cool.
Does it count as him having them if they all explode?
I mean, they all explode, but he had them.
Holding hands.
Oscar, sorry, I don't have hands. I physically can't hold hands. I don't have hands. The issue isn't that I'm not trying hard enough. I just don't have hands. But look, I can
braid. It could be like Entrapta from that one show where she's got the like prehensile stuff with the hair.
I'm continuously moving, not the PNG tuber, but the screen behind it. It's an issue. Look, we're holding sleeves. But yeah, ZK has a lot of those like steampunky props that all explode, but that's besides the point.
They do all. Did the guitar explode?
Yes.
Oh dear.
That's why I talked about the thing of ZK's power is explosions. If you remember that from earlier.
I did. I was.
Yeah.
My memory isn't that bad.
I never know with you.
Okay, I see how it is.
But they have all really nice phone cases. Santa's just reminds me. That's also his superpower. Fourth wall breaks. I saw a whole TikTok about that.
Normal behaviors.
I saw a whole TikTok about ZK, about what his power was, and one of them was literally fourth wall break. Love that. But they all have really nice phone cases. Santa's just reminds me of like one of those children's phone cases that you like make yourself in shit. His is not in shit, but I don't know, it reminds me of that. Don't know why. But they all have very lovely phone cases. I'm moving us back down. We might continuously be in the way right now. I think I need to move us to heads in general. We're just heads now.
Get decapitated?
We're just heads now. We're just the floating heads.
You decapitated me?
Because we come to the versions of everybody. Starting with Pips.
Oh.
We have version 1 Pips, which is from the original, the very old 2017, 18, 19 Easter Bunny music videos, which is an old design, obviously. But honestly, it didn't change too much from back then.
No, it is a bit.
It is a bit zoomed in. I know. I can either I can either have zoomed in, or we have a little bit of a border going on. It's either this or we're zooming continuously in. I'm just moving this in the middle, and then I'm putting us a little bit bigger. Well, then I'm moving. There's now an edge. Who cares about edges, right?
That's where I live.
Yeah, it has a weird aspect ratio. That's the issue with it. That's also why my Minecraft always has a black bar when I don't record on full screen, or zoomed in.
I just manually resize the window every single time.
Yeah, but if I manually resize it, it's just like a little bit in. But yeah, then we have the updated version of Fips, which has like a better the better egg. It misses the ring that he had during version 1, which can be seen the rings that he had multiple. He doesn't have any anymore in the second version. But he got.
Hope he gets to. Oh, sorry. You go.
But he has the belt, the changed belt that is actually fancier. Now go.
I sure hope he gets to keep this nice and lovely outfit for a long time and doesn't die or anything.
He had an outfit for one spinner. That's the length of which he wore the light outfit. And then we have the evil version. I don't have the fight version here. I didn't have space for the fight version. But we have the evil version, which is basically the fight version at this point. So it counts. Which is basically just the costume in black. Or grey. It's more grey than black. But he has claws. He has the lovely claws that are actually like really cool.
They are pretty neat.
Yeah. Also, in difference to version 1, they actually paid attention to what shoes they were wearing. I know I mentioned it during the watch through, but they have proper shoes that fit to the theme. I know. Magic.
Oh, Anthea, if you plan on going on the weathering rant today, are you going to talk about the fact that he's naked?
I didn't plan on going on the weathering. I didn't plan on going on the weathering rant.
I see.
Pips doesn't wear clothes because he's a bunny. Pips technically is half human, half bunny, but because he has more bunny feature and his body is more bunny, he no wear clothes. End of this. Because okay, Chai, please continue. Continue your part of this rant.
Because the way Anthea explained it is, if he bunny, and like he. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It also are clothes.
We stop questioning.
Like, the necklace and the shoes as well.
He does. We don't question it. No.
Anthea said this, not me.
Okay, I said it before Chai was here. I showed Chai the Sandman spin-off today. And because Chai wasn't here for it. And in preparation for the stream, I want to make sure Chai was like completely caught up to like everything. So we watched it. And doing that, I went on the weathering rant because I hate when people don't weather the costumes. I'm not going to say more because otherwise I'm going to rant for this for 15 minutes and I shouldn't. But basically, we talked about it, about like how every Guardian's costume is in any form withered or like worn, and it's very clear that they're like lived in. And then I was just like, except for Phipps, because Phipps is a fursuit. And then we both realized that Phipps doesn't wear anything else.
Anything. You just said that and it was like, well, alright, I guess this is life now.
No, you asked if he wasn't wearing clothes, and I had to Google and make sure that I wasn't mistaken and he was actually not wearing clothes. Yes, I Googled his wiki to make sure that I wasn't mistaken and he wasn't actually wearing clothes.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, that happened today. Enjoyable. Then we have Santa Claus! Santa Claus!
Yay!
The old version, which is, by the way, really bad. I hate this version.
I like the shoes. Don't you like his shoes?
I don't know if either of you know about that, but there's I talked about this during stream actually. There's an American there's an American YouTuber who reacted to the JCU, who was also twice part in the JCU. And he watched the original videos, and he liked Santa's outfit the most, and I was going to have such a violent reaction to this, because he said that Santa's costume was the best after seeing the Easter Bunny and at least ZK's ones. I think even Wounds. And I was so mad. Because this outfit, next to any of the other 3 original outfits, looks like you just took red clothes and put them on.
The hair, I think the hair, like the clothes
hair
are fine. I get the clothes. The hair, I agree with Oscar. The hair.
Yeah, the hair is also the issue. Yes.
Hold on,
but
I have to turn on a light in my room. I'm
Do that,
connected.
please.
I'm just gonna be moving around.
Do
Keep
that.
talking.
But it just, if you look at the other original outfits, the first versions of the other outfits, they're just a lot more giving than Santa's, and we ignore the hair for a second. The hair is horrible.
We ignore the hair.
I think they dyed the hair for the last one that they did. Like, he had white hair at that point. I'm not sure though. Don't quote me on it. I don't remember exactly. But the first version isn't great. The first version isn't great. The second version, on the other hand, has so much more detail. I love details. I don't know if anybody noticed that before. I love details on costumes.
Whoa, really?
He has actual proper good shoes now that fit the character. Because why the heck would Santa be walking around in these shoes of version 1 in the snow?
Could be worse. He could be.
Why am I being quoted?
Because you said don't quote me on that, and
Yeah.
I said quote him on that, and
Yeah.
you've been quoted.
Also, in the second version, the gold accents make it so much better.
That's true.
Because it's not all plain red. Also, in comparison to the first version, where they just used it feels like the first red thing they found. Why silver? Because
Why silver?
Why silver? Everything else that's like Santa related is gold in the video, in the entire thing, except for his jacket. That has silver on it.
That is true. Gold is just the better shiny metal anyway.
I personally wear both, so I don't really care. But Santa's gold. I'm sorry, in my head, Santa's gold. For the majority of people probably as well, because it seems fitting. But
I guess I could see it with, like, snow is silver.
Yeah.
And Santa is near snow.
Yeah.
So maybe it's black.
The gold accents look better. That is my opinion. The gold looks better.
This, I believe, is true.
Also, the little things they've woven into the beard, which gives the beard more dynamic because it's not just plain there. Also, the beard actually looks good. I'm sorry.
Other than the way it's attached to the face, it looks good.
It looks still fake. Let's say it like this. You still see very much as a fake beard.
That's 100% a real beard.
Yeah, you still very much see that it's fake, but it doesn't look as wrong as in the first version, because in the first version it just looks so wrong.
Looks amazing.
He and his rings, Santa and his rings, and later on. Yeah, I think the fake looking part is part of the charm. Which is even funnier if you consider that they consider Jew. They always say that he has a fake beard as a joke. So they call Jew's beard fake. But they call Santa's real. That's kind of funny to me, honestly. Fight version. I don't know, his fight version is very special. But he's a mole Santa now. Yeah, I agree. Make him mole Santa. No. Fight Santa.
If Rude One Santa was ever low on cash, he'd just go and work as a mall Santa.
That would be funny, honestly.
Someone needs to write that.
Be careful. I have power.
Yeah, no.
fight version has the goggles, which are silver, yes, but otherwise it looks like it from the light on. They look less golden, but Santa's fight version is the only one where you could actually like see facial features. Everybody else has a proper mask. The only reason it works for Santa is because half his face is hidden anyways. Like, you don't see anything anyways. The reason everybody has those masks or anything that covers their face is so stunt doubles can stunt double without it being an issue, and Jew can, you just have to put Jew in there once and just can put 2 of their doubles there and then it works.
Nose.
Oscar, I can tell you who said that. You.
Man, that what? Must have been the wind. I don't know what you're talking
Must have been
about,
the wind.
Anthea.
Also, the belt that Fight Santa has is reminding of like those kickbox ones, like those fighting arena ones. I don't know what they're exactly doing, but
those are words.
It's a funny thing, and his arm stuff looks cool. I'm sorry, who said that? No, they do look cool. So yeah, that was Santa. He brings you gifts or something. And then we come to Rune. My beloved. My beauty.
Anyway.
We have the original version, which is, by the way, really hard to get a screenshot of.
That makes sense.
I would have had to look into the behind-the-scenes video of that, because there is one, but I didn't. The smoke makes it really hard. I couldn't find it, to be fair. It's not one of Ju's behind-the-scenes, but from their old makeup and costume artist.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. We love Karina. She did a great job with it. But original Rune, the great theme. To be fair, Rune's costume stayed mostly the same. If you look closely, the shoes were also good shoes already.
That's fair. Rune just is perfection. There's not much else to say.
Rune's costume was already great.
You can't fix what's already hot. I mean broken. That was definitely a mistake.
Earlier when we were watching the ZK spin-off, we were talking about a scene. And I was explaining the scene out of Act 5. And I went like, when Rune is like laying on the floor and it's looking hot, but pathetic hot.
You're really just exposing yourself.
Oh yeah, it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, yeah, it's kind of shy behavior. But the original costume was already really good, and I'm very happy they didn't really do a lot on it. As we see in version 2 Grey, it's basically still the same. The makeup changed slightly, but otherwise it's basically still the same costume. And I'm so happy about that because it's such a good costume as it was. We have White. White is just a white version of it. He's whitewashed. I don't know where that came from. I don't know where that just came out of me.
Confused.
He's the white version
killed
of
him.
They put bleach on him.
They bleached him.
They bleached him. But it still looks worn. It isn't like it's clean out of a box. It is worn. Okay.
Here we go.
Okay, and we have Dark, who's dark. He's black.
Oh, really?
His whole outfit is black, but it's really cool done because it's basically.
They put fluoride on him. They got fluoride on my man. No.
They just they dyed his costume black. Yeah, and then they made him drippier because his costume's a lot drippier. Like it has a lot more fabric that's falling,
Dark is a goopy
which is
guy.
really cool. And also, like, you have, like, the head, which, if you look at all three versions, is always the same, basically, just in a different color. But White obviously has the perfect face without, like, anything. Dark has the mask, and then Grey has a mixture, like, half broken, half, like, great looking. Wait a second, what was I saying?
You're doing great. You're not getting distracted at all.
I also want to mention that Dark's actor is really fucking pretty. Okay. Here we have ZK, where I apparently forgot half of the slide earlier today.
Where did the rest of it go? I was with you while you were making this. Where did it go?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I made the whole slide, but okay, apparently I didn't.
Wait.
We have original ZK version.
Oh, and this time Anthea will definitely be able to not stop talking, or to be able to stop talking about how pretty the character is. Trust. Anthea's gonna be laser focused throughout this entire segment. Watch.
So we have original ZK, which was already pretty nice. It already had the droopy like hood. It had a version of the glasses. It was already really steampunky. It was a really nice. Fuck the shoes.
Are they the same shoes every time as well?
Yes. Basically, in the original versions, he just wore the same shoes for everything. I want to say it. Ju and Dougie B, who played the Sand Woman in the first ever Sandman song.
The pretty one?
Yes.
Okay.
The other one. The old one. Not the one from today, the other one.
Yeah, the pretty one.
Yeah, they were both pretty.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
The pretty one with like all the
Yeah.
cogs and potions and stuff.
Yeah, her.
Yeah. The pretty one. They're both pretty.
Yeah, they watched the original video like 3 years ago or something, maybe 2 years ago. I don't remember. I watched the video though, and one thing Drew mentioned was those stupid shoes, and how much he regretted that they didn't care about shoes because it looked so weird. And I agree. But then we have the new shoes, which are really fucking cool, and the new outfit, which is also really cool. Yeah, I don't know what that could mean, that they all look so similar. They are totally different.
It's almost like they're brothers.
To be fair,
Definitely not the same person.
yeah, definitely not. To be fair, if you look at Ju in the old version and in the new version, they look so different. Makeup and like stuff and like outfit does a lot. It's really cool. But normal version 2 ZK design is so cool. I met a cosplayer who cosplayed ZK and it looked really amazing, and they were cool.
You showed me pictures of that. They
I
were
did.
Cool. I can confirm.
They were really cool. But the shoes, proper good shoes. Yes. Baggy pants, which actually fit the character really well, and I love it. He has a clock now, like a sand clock, which is really cool and very fitting because he's the Sandman. And yes.
Guardian of the Sand.
And he has the gloves, which are really cool because he looks cool. I'm so sane about this man. He has so many cool details, and I can't talk about them enough. I'm the issue, I think. His hood is really cool. His hood with like the little, like, it's going down and then it's like a little he looks like the Sandman.
Hey, welcome to the stream.
Hello, welcome to the stream, Transflag. Yeah, it's a good username, isn't it?
Oh, are they regular?
They were here before.
Oh, nice.
Hi,
welcome. Back,
Hi, welcome back. I'm simping for people right now. It's a really good time to be here. But he has so many cool details. His hood reminds me of like those in movies, those like hats they wear to sleep and stuff. I don't know if you know that.
Nightcaps.
Yeah, they look like that, don't they? I think so.
Those look like dramatically cozy at all times. They're great.
His new goggles and his makeup looks a lot better. The stripes do so much to his
That's true.
character. He has a lot of pockets. We love pockets. Pockets are
Pockets
great.
good.
And then we have his fight version, which is basically just the same, but with the lovely mask, which looks really cool.
Masks are neat.
They also did great jobs with animating the masks of everybody. So good.
Because they had to do a lot of that. Wait, are those animated? Are they not real masks?
They are real masks, but they obviously like had to animate every single time they like put it on and off.
Oh, interesting.
Because obviously you had to like have the actor's face and then have it go on. So every single time they had to affect a mask being slid on, basically. Because they never touch their face when they put them on. They just appear. They're magic. ZK is amazing. We love ZK.
ZK's great.
Also, I don't have Rune's fight version because, again, no space! But it's just a skull mask and it looks really cool. And we have there's the background. Look, the background has returned with all of the other things that I were there. I did it. They are here.
You did it.
A bit late. And we have Ears, who doesn't have any titles above because I was lazy earlier apparently. But we have faceless ears and we have face ears. We have ears. Ears without face has like the blue lines, which were teased in the end of the first Tooth Fairy one and teased doing the last Santa song one, where we only ever saw the blue stripes of a hand and a leg, and this is the lovely version that they came up with. He looks like he just spent 500 years on the moon.
Whoa, that's probably because you just spent 500 years on the moon.
Yeah, but it's true. He looks like he just spent 500 years on the moon. ES is also great. I will not stop talking about that. ES is great. We're coming to my rating of my characters soon with Chai. Chai also gets to rate characters.
I do? Oh,
yes, you get to rate characters, and I get to rate characters.
Moon takes her hair.
Yeah, he had a little bit of hair loss. It's normal. But he has like all this ruby thing, which makes sense because he was on the moon and he probably can't freeze to death. I don't know. Honestly, I would probably try to wear something a little bit warmer to the moon, but sure.
I don't think he had much time to prepare. He got banished, right?
Yeah. I don't think so either.
Like, in the middle of getting banished, you go, wait, hold on, can we hold off?
Can I get some clothes? And then we have full face ears, which is we love Danny. Danny is the actor.
This is true.
Danny has hair. I know. So special. Danny has hair. No, Danny is lovely.
Where'd the hair go?
Bald cap.
There's a bald cap?
Yes, he's wearing a bald cap.
He is?
Yeah. Fun fact about the bald cap. During the stunt scene in Act 6, he was like, they were so hard at it that his bald cap just got loose. Like it was glued down.
Stare at people.
It was glued down, but he still managed to somehow get it to loosen during the stunts.
Magical.
Very fun. Also, non-face ears was played by a cosplayer. Fun fact. Coming back to Danny, lovely Danny, we have the necklace, which we also see on young ears, which is Ears' thing, because they all have a detail to like recognize them when they're young. We have the little stones in the front, which are really cool. He looks really good. I'm sorry, that's just true.
Alright,
that outfit is cool. That outfit is nice. It still reminds me of a Jedi.
That's fair.
Or the Ancient from the first Doctor Strange movie.
That's true. How'd those arms get there?
switching actors.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, but the arm things, and like in general, the armor that they have for ears, chef's kiss. It's still all like really droopy and stuff, and it makes him look really cool. And especially while he's flying, he looks really cool. What can I say?
Oh, he is wearing a bald cap.
He is.
I have to like genuinely go and look at a video and like study his face.
Fair, but ears is cool. I love ears. Somebody take ears from me or something.
I mean, there's a button. It looks like a right arrow.
We're skipping now a few more sliders to go to the headcanons page, which is my headcanons. which is very short. Don't worry, it's 2 sliders long, and it's just about the 5 brothers.
Not anyone else. We need this stream to end.
Yeah, don't you like this background?
I'm sure you do, don't you?
It's a good one. We're coming to the siblings pre-Act 6. No. We're coming to the headcanon of the siblings pre-Act 6 because this changed after Act 6. This is in which, from oldest to youngest, pronouns and other details. Yeah, it was all in my head, so I needed to do that in my headcanons. Trust. Starting with the oldest sibling, ES is the oldest. Uses all pronouns because I don't know. That man would have no concept of pronouns after 500 years on the moon.
The moon stole their pronouns.
He would not care. He looked after Rune and ZK before he met Iris. And would have went crazy if the mask killed Rune. I'm just a sucker for them to be wholesome. I'm sorry. And especially during Act 5, there's like the clear hesitation to actually kill Rune. And he looks sorry about having to do it. And he loved ZK before he got Iris killed. And technically afterwards as well, because he never learned it. He didn't learn it until Act 6 that it was ZK. I'm eating. I should stop talking while eating.
Yeah. I can enter your stream while you eat fun facts.
No, it's fine. Klaus is the second oldest. He uses he, him pronouns, and he coddled Phipps, and that's all there is to know. I don't know. Then we have Rune, who is the older twin, and uses she, they, because I love she, they, Rune. It's still best buddies with ZK. Never got attention.
My audio is dead? Anthea.
For me, it shows that you're there.
Oh, am I?
Mm-hmm.
Let me pull up the stream.
Pull up the stream.
Oh no, it's doubling. Oh, this is awful.
Oh, it's doubling. Oh no.
It's pulling. It's doubling for me because I have to stop talking. I'm gonna have to remute this stream because I don't know what's going on.
Please do.
Okay, normal now. Good.
Okay, good.
I feel like I was going insane.
Rune didn't get attention when Ears met Iris, but didn't want to seem weak. And didn't want to die by Ears' hands because, they're siblings. They love each other. Generally cares about her siblings, but doesn't know how to show it, which feels very canon, honestly, after watching everything. Boom.
Experience.
Hey, Chai, did you turn to ZK and just exploded yourself?
I did, yeah. It's me, ZK.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the sand guy. I eat sand. Did I eat sand today?
No.
No, I was playing with a sugar packet and I pretended it was sand because I got to move it around and it was nice.
Boone stepped up after Ears found Ears to make sure everybody was fine. And was like a mother. Because Mother Hen Boone seems like something that would happen.
This is true. I can confirm I was there. I was the staff.
Zika is the younger twin, with he/they pronouns, is still best buddy with Rune, which explains why the two of them are actually not beefing with each other. And never got attention once Ears met Ears as well, and used to be scared of Rune as a child, because I think everybody was scared of Rune as a child.
I feel like, yeah, that's fair. If you have a sibling and they're slowly just like vocally doubling and splitting apart personality-wise,
Yeah, and just has a
half of their
random.
face is coming off.
Yeah, I
I
feel.
agreed.
Yeah, I feel like that would be scary. But ZK was a little piece of shit. I'm sorry, but that is just how it was. And
Guys, maybe I am ZK.
nobody can say anything against that. ZK was a little piece of shit.
Absolutely.
He still is.
100%.
Then we have Phipps, who's the youngest, which is the most canonly agreed on, by the way. The majority of people agree that Phipps is the youngest.
That's fair.
He uses he/him pronouns and got all the attention from Klaus, which is, by the way, why Rune and ZK don't have that great of a relationship with Klaus.
Oh.
Because he just constantly looked after Phipps and not after them. Those were my pre-Act 6 sibling chart.
Before the incident.
Before the incident, exactly. I need to finish crunching for a second.
Alright, chat, let me come up with a fun fact really quick.
I finished crunching.
No, I've got to come up with a fun fact. Snails like eating sand, because it serves the same purpose as larger animals that eat rocks to grind up their food in their stomachs. I made that up. Do not believe me. Okay, continue.
And then we have the post-Act 6, which changed very slightly. Ears is still the oldest. They still all do the other things that I wrote before, but Rune now is the second oldest and not a twin anymore. I'm sorry. I liked my twin theory. I liked 2 twins. But he's the second oldest now. It's still Shide. And with all the other things, was still close with Ears the whole time. That's why sad. Because close with Ears, regret. Still was about to kill Ears, but that's besides the point, right?
It's fine.
Klaus is now a middle child. Zeke is the second youngest, and Phipps is the youngest.
I feel like Klaus does have very middle child behavior, not in the constantly ignored and brushed over way, but just the way he dresses. Yeah, that's a middle child way to dress.
Do you have experience?
No, I don't. I only have one brother.
Yes, I have one sister, and I'm the younger child.
I don't know. He just dresses. He dresses like a middle child.
But yeah, this is my headcanon post-Act 6. I do like Rune and ZK as twins though, but Klaus is not the second youngest under any circumstances. But Ears is no matter what the oldest. There's nothing I can do about this. Ears is the oldest. I think we come to my personal favorites. Chai, you can also share your personal favorites.
Ooh, exciting.
The first slide is my personal favorite characters.
Is that another rock? Is that another POV? Your favorite hot guy is chained up to a rock?
In this case, it's Dark is chained up and White is trying to reunite with him and then deciding against it and rescuing Dark, and then Dark and then they reunite later on. But my personal favorite characters. Rune in every shapes and forms, because that was such a surprise. I know, and including in this is also the entire hotel crew, because the entire hotel crew is iconic and they're fun and I love them. We have Oscar, because Oscar's so cool.
Oscar does have cool outfits and stuff.
He does. He's also just a really good character.
In general, just very nice. Masks are neat.
They have a really cool. They did a good thing with the character. I like it. We have Ears, because it's Ears. We have ZK, because it's ZK. What can I say? They're lovely. We have Lovebot, because Lovebot just slays.
Go away. Leave. Leave. Exit. Get out.
Who are you shouting at? Ah, good. And we have Monsieur Pete. Because Pete, wait, Yeah, well modded Chai. I saw it, but I can't mod from here.
Anytime I'm in your chat and I see a bot, I'm just not
Yeah, same.
normally, like, vocally available.
Okay, chat, give me 1 second. Chai, give them a fun fact.
Oh, more fun facts. Okay, well, snails don't actually, like, eat the sand. They will, like, lick the algae off of it. Or is that shrimps?
I actually just got peat.
That one is accurate. To the best of my knowledge, anyway. I could just be wrong.
I got peat.
But yeah, they like algae. You got peat?
Yes, I picked up peat from my bed. Because
Both.
Because Chai Chai Latte bought me Monsieur Pete. So now I have Monsieur Pete. He usually is on my bed. I just picked him up. So he can sit here and stare at himself for a second, I guess.
That's what you get for buying me really tasty tea.
I did do that, I guess.
Really good tea. It's strawberry. It's quite nice. I like tea.
Yeah, it's so good that Chai already like requested a second bag of it that's currently laying on the other side of my room. There's also two jars of bonbons in the other shelf that are waiting for Chai. That are waiting to be brought to Chai. Personally, so.
Are you announcing the Archivist Wives meetup now? Is that what this
I'm
is?
mentioning it. One day, trust. One day, trust.
Yeah.
Chai, do you want to share your favorite characters?
Yes. Let's see how many names I can remember.
You can describe them. I will give names.
Was it not announced?
We talked about it at some point, probably.
Never been talked about like live, unless Anthony has been talking about it.
I don't think so.
I don't think there will be any like content made about it, other than the fact that like, look, here's the guy.
Okay, your favorite characters.
So, favorite character. I'm assuming everyone knows. I think Rune is hot, so that one obviously. Pete's a silly, goofy guy. I like Pete. You can't go wrong with Pete. Not ninja.
Rizzo.
Yeah, ninja. That's what I said. I mean, that's just a silly, goofy guy. Julia and Space Julia, also nice.
Miami Rose.
Yeah, Julia and Space Julia.
Sure.
Very nice. I'm very pleased that they got together for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, they got a kiss.
They got a kiss somehow, which was not what I was expecting.
I was hoping for it.
For breaking the laws of physics to be able to do a kiss. Good on them. Who else from the top of my head? I like that fish in the pond.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't have a name.
Don't care. Favorite character. Captain Jerky is nice.
Jerky's silly.
It's very silly.
It's just not my favorite.
I think that's it.
Alright.
What I can think of right now.
Alright. I was eating for a second. I was eating the time you were talking.
I could have talked about snails more. Had a pet snail once.
That being the favorite characters, we come to the favorite episodes. Which are, to nobody's surprise, very, very much only from the last drop.
I'm floored.
On place 1, we have the finale, because there's no world where I can't put the finale on 1. There's no world. On 2, we have Act 5, because Act 5 was great. I don't know, Act 5 is amazing. I felt so done with my life afterwards. I don't know what to say. The Tooth Fairy. The Secret of the Tooth Fairy. It's the Tooth Fairy. It was also really good.
It's the woman in the Act 5 thumbnail, the pretty one.
That is John as BB Rexa. Also, the Tooth Fairy one was the reason I even started talking about it, because I wanted to completely translate the transcript for Chai. Turns out the transcript is as bad as you can imagine. So this was the best way we did it now, because I didn't have to translate anything. Also,
Hooray.
reading through the really bad German transcript made me realize that I can say like 90% of that episode from the top of my head if I just read the very chunky transcript.
Goodness.
That wasn't
That's
concerning to realize at all.
impressive and worrying.
Consider please
You
that
scare me.
consider the video is 25 minutes long.
Yeah.
I could say whole scenes with just one prompt and then the really bad like transcript, without even having the video running. And then the Sandman one, because the Sandman spin-off is also really good and
That's
tasty. So, what is your opinion?
I'd say, okay, to be fair, it's a little hard for me to tell, like, which episode is which, because I've just been sitting here this whole time watching them. So
If you want to give me plot, I can help.
give you the plot.
Mhm.
If I just feed you some scenes, will you be able to identify which one I'm talking about?
Probably.
Okay, so the finale's first. I don't need help identifying that one. That heart-wrenching, stupid little thing.
Like I said, no world where the finale isn't on one.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
The Sandman spin-off second. Because it was just good. I don't
It
know
was-
what to
it was
say.
great.
I love watching the insane man go even more insane. What else can I say? And then the one with the fish probably goes fourth. I don't
Act
know which one
4.
that was.
Act 4.
The big fish.
Act 4.
Lovely. And then the one where Ninja was killed.
The last songs in the Bean Act 2.
Yep, that one too. That
All
one
right.
would be third.
All right. Good selection.
They might the songs of the Beans might have been drug trips, but they were amazing. So,
I mean, yeah. You see the difference between the last songs in the Beans and when they started, like the Man in the Moon part, from the quality wise and the writing as well. But the songs in the Beans was kind of a drug trip, but
it was amazing. It was hilarious.
they
and
made
also, one of them
great
is going
songs.
One half of the time.
Yeah, you don't know what's going on, but the songs were great, and
It was.
I'm so happy they kept the songs till the end because that was such peak, and they made it. They added so much. In the original, like before the last songs, they had 5 songs per video. I can tell this because I rewatched it and kept track of every single song. And imagine you watch a 10-minute video basically, and every minute you have a song, and there's nothing happening. It feels like it's just songs and a little bit of plot. I don't know why, but in the Man in the Moon, they usually have around 3 songs per video, which is a good balance for the time that they take.
Yeah.
And they just add something because it's just like you look forward to the songs because you know they will most likely be great, and you're excited. I was so excited for the last Tooth Fairy song. I'm not gonna be lying.
I wonder why.
I'm not going to be lying because Rune's style is very distinct in a way that the others have more of a different vibes a lot of times. But the Guns always have like a more distinct style on their like songs. And I loved the original Tooth Fairy song, so I was really excited to hear what they did with the new one, which also is very obvious when you look at my favorite songs because Opus Dance is on number 1 and there's nothing that will change that ever again.
Whoa, was that an actual transition?
Yes.
Whoa! I didn't know he knew how to do that one.
Neither did I. But we have Opus 10 on place number 1 because it's an amazing song. There's nothing I can do. It is amazing. We have Monster, which is from Act 4, which is also amazing. I love it. Somebody rip it from my fingers. And we have Bella Beautix, which is also an amazing song. And Julia's songs are great. There's nothing I can say. She's good at what she does. Lovely. And then we have the first 14 songs, which are just there because I felt like it. But there's a lot of good songs there. And now, Chai, you have the majority of songs as a list. to talk about it. There's way more than this, but this is like the basic list of songs that I enjoyed. Again, you can give me, if you remember what plot point they came in, I can tell you what what they were, most likely.
The issue is I'm not really a song kind of guy.
Fair.
Unfortunately, when it comes to like music videos, which is ironic seeing as I put a Bean video as my third video out of all the videos. I don't know, I'm just not really a music video kind of person.
Fair. Also, the fewer tunes are somewhere in this, technically.
They
would just be the in the songs fever I forgot the song name for a second. The Fever Dune song would be like on 15 or 14, somewhere there. Maybe
I'm
on
forming
13.
a whole opinion. Put it higher, I beg.
Okay, you see, I prefer the old Sandman song over the new one. Because
why not both?
While I like the new Sandman song, I mainly like Mazat's part, and I don't like the rap part that much. It's a good song in itself, but it's just not something I would listen to on a regular basis. While a lot of the songs that are like above the Sandman song, like the original, are songs I listen to on a regular basis that I have on my phone that I've been listening over and over to again.
I see.
So there's a difference on why it wouldn't be that high ranked, because it's just not something I would listen to. It's a good song if you listen to it, but it just doesn't fit what I usually listen to. So it's not that far up. It's a good song though. Mazat's lines are great. Mazat is great. The rapping is also great. It's just not my style on song what I listen to.
Fair enough. Pensive emoji indeed.
And then we come to the last.
Shame, Anthea.
We come to the last category of this PowerPoint, and that's my favorite background song. And it's "Do You Really Wanna Be in Love?" Because I can't get over the song. And what the fuck did they do? Why did they make Phipps die to it? And why did they pull him out of his oblivion again?
Yikes, dude.
I'm fine. I am so fine.
You dedicated an entire slide to this.
To
How
one
does that
song.
make you feel?
It needed to be said.
I don't think it does. I think it's obvious.
I love the song so much that I made Chai listen to it at some point and gave Chai the lyrics, and it's in the Archivist 5 playlist.
This is true.
It's a good song. What can I say?
This is true.
Do you have any background songs to add to this
I'd
discussion?
say that title would go to whichever one I've got the most exposure with, but due to you, this also happens to be.
It's a good song.
It's fine because Bunny, and it reminded me of Bunny, and Bunny's sad.
Yeah. Now that we have actually gotten through the lovely PowerPoint that took way longer than I expected it to take, I'm going to pull out something very lovely, and it's the tier list. No, I actually got there's tier list maker ones. Well, I have one that's a tier list for the songs, and I have one that's for the characters. Already looked out, but there's probably more. So which one do you... We're starting with the characters, and then... Because you don't remember the songs as well, I assume as well. Oh. This is going to take a moment. It's opening my other browser. That's a bit awkward. Hello, guys. Oh. They can't hear you right now. I'm not trying to. Nope, that's... It doesn't show the VC!
I can say whatever I want and no one will know. I like diorite, and no one will ever
Chai
believe
says
that I said
Chai
that.
says that he likes diorite.
No one will believe you. No one is going to believe you.
Well, if only that were
He
true.
lies. I don't. I said that for the bit. I was right.
Okay, here, we are back in a scene.
Thank you, Oscar. I would never lie to
Here.
viewers.
Here we have the very long list of characters.
Andy, I can't see anything. Oh my goodness!
When I say the list is very long, I mean it's very long.
That's a long list!
Yes. It does not have the fairy tale characters, which I'm not too sad about because I don't care about the fairy tale characters.
The traveling musicians with the animals were nice. I don't remember the rest of them though.
Okay, we're going through it. We're going through it. Do you want to go from the bottom or from the top?
From the bottom.
Okay, so this is Mazat. Mazat is the one who sang with the Sandman, the pretty woman from today.
Can we get a category for pretty woman?
Okay, we can. Is it above or under S?
Above. Above. How can we use this? At or above.
Pretty woman. I meant to...
Did you add a row, or did you just turn S?
No, I added a row.
I see.
I didn't mean to put this in purple.
Fantastic news. Pretty woman.
Pretty woman. So I think she gets to go into pretty woman, I'm assuming. And I'm assuming I can also put her into pretty woman.
Yes. Both of them.
Mazat, Georgia, pretty woman. There's nothing we can do about this. This is Mark Forster.
Who is that?
He was the feature of the Sandman song, not of the Sandman, of the Santa song.
Was this Rudolph?
No.
Oh.
He was Rudolph was up here. He was the feature of the spin-off song. He's a German musician. He is, let's say, as a character, I don't value him, but he gets to be in the middle.
Yeah.
He gets to be the middle. Jesus. Well, fake Jesus.
Jesus, but with scare quotes.
Jesus, but he raps.
Rapping Jesus?
Rapping Jesus.
I think he's a silly concept.
He doesn't add much, but he's a silly concept. He gets A.
You have to share the tier list.
Okay. She can. Sorry, there's no discussion about this.
There's no discussion.
Elif just goes up there. The Grinch.
The Grinch? I don't remember the Grinch, but
the Grinch.
Oh, wait.
The Grinch was in one of the old videos.
Gasp.
In the last solo song.
Green. He's too green. Lower.
Do you want him in D?
I'm not sure if I want him in C or D. Too green.
So
the
in D.
Contrast is too high. Nuh-uh. Pretty woman.
We're just going to continue with the tooth helper. I can just put her up there, I know. I can just put those two right up there. There's nothing I need to ask. I love Pretty Woman. It's just like Mazad, Georgia, Elif, Julia, Daggy B.
Collecting them.
It's just all there. Das Christkind, which is a German kind. I grew up with it. It's kind of like Santa. I don't like you. Sorry. I don't care. The Easter lamb.
I love the Easter lamb. He's so wait, the Easter lamb? Oh
Yeah.
no, I was getting her mixed up with that one. Does that go in Pretty Woman or just S? I think it goes in S.
Okay. You mean Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
I'm confused.
We have Rudolph now.
Probably like A or B. I don't know why I'm doing all of this.
A minor.
A minor.
We have D1CK, which is the robot that was destroyed and came before the Lovebot.
No.
That spells us dick if you write it out.
Oh yeah, that tracks. Just for that, he's one lower under whatever you were going to assign him.
I was just going to assign him C for his name and existence. So he's going into C. The drug addict.
The drug addict.
The alien drug addict.
The alien drug addict.
Well, he's on a planet the spaceship crew visits.
Oh yeah. I trust your judgment.
He's a silly, goofy character.
I just dropped the thing I was messing with. Hold on. I'm gonna go pick it back up.
Yeah, pick up.
Okay.
Pick it up. We have Simon Will, the redhead who tells them where they need to go.
The Direction Man. I
The
do
Direction
like
Man.
the Direction Man. I think positively of the Direction Man.
A?
I don't know. I feel like I'm just doing this entire tier list.
We're putting him on A.
We'll put him on A.
We put him on A. Oh, sorry. This is just funny enough as a character.
Oh.
It's the police officers.
The police.
The two police officers.
I love the police in this one scenario.
They're also played by somebody who just can do that. Who's funny with that. The other two police officers that actually arrest them.
Rude. Not allowed.
COD. Choose.
D.
The family of the house that Julia took.
I feel like
they were funny.
Surprisingly good sports for having their house be taken.
I think they belong in B. They can go into the middle. Ugh, the annoying children. the annoying children. They can go into D. They can go.
Yep, down they go.
Well, I know where you want to put this. It's the bald people.
The bald people. I love the bald.
They're an S now.
They're an S?
Yes.
Excellent news.
I knew exactly where to put them.
I don't know why. I just
your
really like
isopods.
bald people. Who?
Your isopods.
Isopods go in S as well.
Obviously.
I love isopods.
Montana White. No.
Okay.
Montana White was kind of funny as a character. Maybe I should have made a category that's called kinda funny.
Kinda funny.
Because
I don't think it's too late to make new categories.
I'm naming. Wait, this is still A. We're naming this category kinda funny.
Excellent. So it shall be. No.
I accidentally made it small. He is kinda funny.
Kinda funny indeed.
The sports guy.
Sports guy.
The
sports guy.
He was actor of the last songs and the Out of the Beans. In the washing. In the wash machine.
I remember that.
He was kinda funny.
It was kind of funny. You know where that goes.
The guy from the supermarket that thought that Babu was a white faceler.
The who?
Okay, no memory. He can go into B. I did not really care for him. Oh, you know this guy. You only met this guy today. This is the guy that the traveler.
Lovely. S tier or A tier?
Yeah, we put him in A.
I love him.
The husband of the dead guy from Act 3 of The Last Songs Out of the Beans when Ju tries to get the stone.
Positive.
He's gay.
Positive, or is it? Would it be homophobic to put him anywhere but S?
We can put him in A, I think.
Yeah.
You know, S is like main character, it feels like. The people we would continue to watch is like Pretty Woman, S tier, and then A is just yeah, that scene's always awkward. And every single time I watch that scene, I have to physically remove myself, or I want to cry, or I skip through it.
I don't remember that scene at all.
Herr Anwalt as the moderator in after John got revived.
The who?
Okay. He can go in B. He's a character. I don't like you. The dude from the alien planet.
Wow, how descriptive.
They sing BB No Money song on that planet. I remember that. He's weird. He gets a C. Oh, alright. He was kind of funny. He could have been a good cameo. That was his whole thing. He could have been a good cameo. The priest, the redhead priest that had an affair with the woman of the mother of the 3 annoying children.
Oh yeah. Good on him for having an affair. That's what I do in Stardew.
What do we think of a B or kind of funny?
I'd say B or kind of funny works.
That was a question where?
Oh.
B or kind of funny?
I think kind of funny.
He was kind of funny. Then we have the mother of the 3 annoying children.
Good on you for having an affair. Kind of funny, right next to your partner.
And then we have the husband to her, and the father. But his Rippchen, his barbecue.
His barbecue.
I don't remember this child, so it can go into D.
If it's not proper American barbecue, it goes into D for the trash.
Then we have
that child.
I don't know. Oh, I know. In the Easter Bunny spin-off, there's when he stands in the line to get himself a sausage, there's this child who's like, why do they all laugh at him? That's the child. He's annoying. I don't like him. He can stay down there. That's fine. Then we have the mother of Tino. Which is weird to say, because I could have also said the other one. She didn't do anything. She can go into A, I think.
Yeah.
She didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, no one should have to apologize for being born, except for Anna.
She wasn't at fault for what Tino did. So, yeah. Then we have Miniature Rizzo. Miniature Clone Rizzo that we see in the end of the finale.
Positive.
I think he can get into the S. He can join the others in S.
Also his wife? Wait, what?
Yeah. Tino only exists because he, when he was an adult, traveled back in time and had something with his own mother. And that's how he exists. Did that whole plotline go completely away from you?
I think I missed that part.
That's how the whole paradox happened, because Tino, basically, John.
This whole thing happened because he decided to.
Basically, John met Tino, made him like hopes that he was his father, then disappointed him and left him, and then Tino thought like, hey, I'm going to find my actual father now, who only left me this thing, and then travels with the spaceship crew into space, grows up, figures out that he can't find his father there, and then invents time travel to figure out who his father was by traveling back to the day that his mother and his father met, and then he figures out that he is his own father. That is the whole point of his story. And that is how the whole time construct, like, this, he is the issue. Because he is his own father and he travels around in time. He is the issue.
Don't do incest or else the world will end, I guess.
So yeah, but, you know, his mother isn't at fault for this. And
No.
wife. Phipps Roomba. Can we agree that that's an S tier?
Yes.
The gardener.
The gardeners are great.
We can put him in A.
Just in general, gardeners are great. I don't remember if that one in particular
That
did
one was
anything.
he was like right in the beginning of the first act of The Last Beans. He's the one that Drew like dug in the garden of. He isn't even a gardener.
Poor guy.
He just had a garden.
He gets to go in A tier for his poor garden. He's not even a gardener, and it's all messed up.
The woman on the bridge. That was like on the bridge while they were searching for Julia.
Did she help?
No. She was part of the NordVPN advertisement.
Wonderful. Kind of funny.
Kind of funny. I don't wait. Who had the Baby No Money song? I don't think it was him.
Babinos.
I don't know. One of the people that wanted to eat Drew and John.
I feel like all of us have wanted to just kind of blender them at some point in time.
Kind of funny.
Kind of funny.
Mad scientist on the ANUS. He's the one.
Drugs.
He's not that one. He's the one that
There
that.
are more than one.
Yeah, that was Curly. Hi, Vic.
Right. Hi, Vic. Oh, we love cannibalism in this household. Hi, we're rating things. I'm here for some reason.
Chai's rating JCU characters with me right now. He can go into C. I didn't care about him. Upmod guy. He's the guy that was trying to destroy all the beans in the first one. He was part of the masts.
S tier. Good on him.
I put him right in the front of A. The priest, who was kinda funny, so he's going into kinda funny.
Kinda funny.
The super fan that was there for a long time. He helped.
Unnerving.
He is unnerving. He can go into C. Yeah. Pen guy.
The priest is the reason for that one quote.
Hey. So, Oscar. No. I don't know what to say to you, Vic.
Oscar was great. Oscar was
great.
Such a completely good guy. There absolutely nothing bad happened to Oscar.
He can.
Was so nice.
He can go into C as well. Alien that got shot 15 million times. Probably,
Yikes, dude.
I think.
Probably.
He can go into B.
He did his best.
Drew's house.
The house? Why is
I
the
never
house
explained that. Okay. Very, very brief dive into the Zero and the house. I'm doing a very brief deep dive. A very brief dive into the house and the Zero. So, before there was any basically, while the Guardians had like the whole fighting songs and stuff, there was also something Drew did that was called Hey Drew. And that was like a question format where he answered questions. And during one of these question formats, the zero on his door, which is the screen zero we see here,
Alright.
became alive and was evil and stuff, and well, it's not evil anymore. It's not evil anymore. I don't remember exactly what happened, but it's not evil anymore. It's not evil anymore, and instead warned Ju that basically the Man in the Moon would come back, not in that sentencing, but that it would be coming back, and he had to warn the Guardians. Ju sent a letter to Santa. That's the letter we see in the beginning of the last Santa song, solo Santa song. Yes, the house is sentient, and I don't know if it can talk, but it can at least move the eyes. It's sentient.
Normal behavior.
The house, just for being sentient, gets to go into S. And the Zero is kind of slighted. It also gets into S. The boss of the ANUS crew is the next person. He is okay. He can be in the middle.
The middle.
He is kind of funny. This is a Henno elf. The elf that's really stupid and doesn't know what he's doing half the time and just shouts at everybody in that weird voice. We love him.
Me.
He's great. We have the other elf that I don't remember. So he gets into B. We have Clone Rezo.
If all of the clones get to go in the same spot, I've decided.
Okay. We have...
Where did we put the tiny one?
in S.
In S? Lovely.
Yes. We have the Fisher, who breaks all his bones the whole time.
Yikes, dude.
He's kind of funny.
Oh, kind of funny. Funny works,
he is
too.
kind of funny.
I think he broke his funny bone.
He's dead. Well, he died. Because he couldn't run.
Break his funny bone
Probably.
while dying.
Probably.
Excellent.
The old Asian grandfather that's protecting the pargament, like the paver that Phipps was getting.
I do not remember him.
Okay, he's blind. He was kind of funny. Julia's father. The dude where they got like the the trash from for the spaceship.
Yeah.
That was taken
great.
over. He was great. He gets to be an A. He gets to be with his cousin. No, he gets to be with his cousin.
Alright.
The cousins need to be together, you know?
Me when I move to a different country.
Ruprecht.
Who?
The guy that turns into the evil monster during the Santa spin-off.
Oh yeah. Yikes, dude.
There's
You
no
get a
why.
C for could have been better.
One of the elves that prompts everybody to sing. He is kind of funny, actually. He just gets to be kind of funny. The guy is funny, though. Ruprecht is also funny. They get to join. The main elf, like the one that's in charge, the charge elf. She's kind of nice. She gets to be an A.
Good on her.
The child Minty adopts. The bug.
Who's Minty? The bug?
The bug that gets adopted in Act 5.
Good job, Bug. Bug, go up. Bug always up. We love bugs in this household. The elf non-pretty woman tier? Apparently not.
If we put the elf in there, then we would also have to put the woman on the bridge there because they're both the same person.
They're both this.
Harry, the hairy guy from the hotel crew.
You are the hotel crew when it comes to enjoying the hotel crew, so I'll leave that up to you and your judgment.
Ray. This is Minty, by the way. The one that we see a lot of. The red dressed one. She can actually go into Pretty Woman.
Yeah, you know where that one goes.
The Amish guy.
Kind of funny. Maybe even more than kind of funny.
Alien. Alien goes Pretty Woman. She Pretty Woman.
Yes.
There was a version of a recording where where she tries to get the code that they try to get out of Miami Rose the whole time, where she goes to talk to Miami Rose about it, and Miami Rose actually gives it to her because Miami Rose likes her. The fans also like that version, by the way. Now we have the mad scientist, Curly.
Shouldn't have made drugs. F.
We don't have F.
Make it F.
I can also call it shouldn't have made drugs.
Shouldn't have made drugs. Fantastic. F. Do that. Shouldn't have made drugs. Don't do drugs, kids. Admit to crimes live on stream. Have you ever done a drugs?
Shouldn't have made drugs. Sneggles. That's the dude who tried to take over the ANUS. Well, who did. Who said king. Does he go into D?
D.
I forgot his name.
Who is that?
The guy that likes the latex dolls. I forgot his name.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He is kind of funny. He's the ongoing joke. Oscar.
S.
Rainer.
S. Who?
Rainer, one of the bald guy that we see the majority.
S.
I know Rezo has to go up there. Child Tino. Specifically Child Tino.
The child didn't do anything wrong.
I think the child can go into B.
The child did his best.
The child is a middle ground. You?
Yeah.
Fucker. You can
F.
go die.
F. 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 No, keep the shouldn't have made drugs there. Oh wait, it's an entirely new tier.
Yes! You fucker, go die! Moff, the little guy that Julia carries around, her fear, can go into S, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, and Pete can also just join right up there.
Put him in Pretty Woman.
I was
For the
going.
bit.
No.
For the bit.
Iris can go into Pretty Woman. No questions asked. Just putting it there.
Put Pete into Pretty
Faceless.
Woman.
No. Faceless. Desert Planet. Yes. This is so specific.
That is very specific.
I'm saying B because let himself be influenced by his father. And he no good.
He no good.
Faceless Ears.
We don't like the father. Fun fact.
Faceless Ears can go into A, I think. Because Faceless Ears is kind of slay, honestly, as a character.
Fair enough.
Face Ears, on the other hand, can join up there the A ranks. Nothing can change this.
Yeah.
Then we have Dark Fibs. Where do we put Dark Fibs?
In the nice little blankets. With a cup of tea and a large carrot.
Wait a second.
What are you doing now? I have stream delay on, so I have no way of knowing what Anthea is like looking at moment to moment.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a whole new category.
Blanket.
Blanket.
He needs a blanket. And so does Normal Fibs. Rip internet. Now we leave the four back there for a moment. Drew.
We gave Phipps a blanket.
Yeah, we gave Phipps a
They
blanket.
deserve it. Why is there double the tears? We got fit.
Hey, I think Oscar's an S. I think Drew also belongs in the blanket.
Yes.
I'm sorry, he has so much trauma. John. He deserves less of the
Family
blanket.
when the world resets.
Yeah, he
You don't
gets
need
A.
blanket.
He gets
You had a
A.
whole family.
He gets
I'm
A
sorry.
because he doesn't need the blanket, but he's also not as special as some of the other people up here.
You had a whole family. You don't need a blanket. You are the blanket.
Julia gets to go into Pretty Woman. There's no questions asked about that one.
Absolutely.
Jerky.
Why aren't we going in order anymore?
John is kind of this on edge thing. He had a good life. He had a better life than some of the others. He didn't have to see all the trauma. He's a good character though. Wait a second, we actually put him in S. He actually gets to go there. That felt rude. Jerky. Jerky's kind of iconic, honestly.
Yep.
He can go there as well as Babu. Babu's silly. I love Babu. Miami Rose can join the Pretty Woman.
Oh, we're saving the Guardians for last.
We're taking those two for last. I'm assuming I can put the Love Bot also into Pretty Woman.
Yep, go ahead.
Klaus also gets to join the S rank.
I was about to say that he joins the Pretty Woman rank. You know who does join the Pretty Woman rank, though? All 3 versions of Rune.
I disagree. I say 2 versions of Rune.
What?
I say Dark does not fit the female category.
How dare
No.
you?
Okay, hear me out. I say Rune uses she, her. I say White uses she, her. Rune uses she, they. White uses she, her, and Dark uses he, they.
You don't need to be you.
Okay, we can put him. We can put him there. ZK is an S tier. ZK, wait, no.
Yes.
Wait, I need to do something. No, ZK, go out of the fucking shouldn't make drugs tier. Get out of it. Get out of it, please.
Is Stark played by a female double?
No. Dark is played by, Okay, names are gone. Phipps was partially played by a female double, but only during the spin-off, during Act 6, it was also played by a male. What's the name? Dark is played by... I forgot his name. He was on the set of Dune.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, I forgot his name. But very nice.
Dune guy.
Yeah, Dune guy. Who also doubled as Rune during Act 6, by the way. Fun fact. Here we have the beautiful list. I'm downloading this.
Wonderful list.
This is horrid. This is... Uh-huh.
You're 8 minutes over.
I know. Do you know when the last time was that I actually made this on time?
No.
It's been a while.
Oh dear. I'd like to. The emoji.
Let's...
Oh, we make great choices here.
Yeah, let's see if we can find a short one. That's all I want. Otherwise we go over to another point. Die stärksten Charaktere, let's see.
What?
The strongest characters. It's a small one.
And then it's the entire list again.
No, it's the Guardians and the people that come out of their videos. So it's not that long.
Can we put the Grinch in D again because he's green?
Okay, he also isn't really strong. Okay, this is going to be a ramble for a second.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, Jay, I'm going to make this list. And then you can share if you agree or disagree, okay?
Alright.
Is this a deal?
As long as the Grinch is in D.
That's fine. Okay. This is going to be a lovely list.
Extended pause.
Hold for a second.
Loading up thoughts.
Okay. This is in from always from the left to the right, from the strongest to the weakest. Good.
Make the Grinch weaker.
He isn't. The fake Jesus is canonically human, so yeah.
I feel like fake Jesus could take on the Grinch.
But yeah, from the bottom we have the human, the Grinch, and das Christkind, because this Christkind is so weak in diesem scheiß Venom. Okay, I switched to German automatically, and that does happen.
So angry you became German.
He's weak. He doesn't have any powers shown. The Easter lamp, I don't know, probably has something. Sana, as the Phantom calls her, the Sandwoman, is seen to mix dreams together and probably has some ability that we don't see because she's not there. Phipps is the youngest of the brothers. It's talked about. I will forever talk about that. I will not stop saying that he's the weakest. Then there's Santa, which that's a whole thing. That then we have ZK, then we have Ears, and then we have Moon. No questions asked. Please share your opinion.
Make the Grinch weaker than Jesus.
Because you asked politely.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Why is Rune stronger?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Technically, those two I keep at like the same, kind of the same, because they're kind of the same. I'm coming to a point that I actually want to talk about, that I talked to you about before.
I know you did. That's why I'm doing this.
The point of Klaus is the strongest. I want to get that point and then go from there. So, I keep seeing people going, Klaus is the strongest, and I want to wholeheartedly say, no! Fuck you! Even the description of Klaus is the strongest, except for Ears, is fucking wrong. I'm so happy not to be family friendly right now. Okay.
Say it. Say all the words.
Okay. So, yes. Klaus says he is the strongest being on Earth, which is technically correct. He is physically the strongest being on Earth. Except for Ears, but Ears was on Earth when he said it, so yes. But physically, he is the strongest being on Earth. No questions asked. He physically is. Phipps.
This is true.
But there comes this point where you have to divide, because Klaus and Phipps are physical fighters. We see them physically fight, while ZK, Rune, and Ears are magical fighters. And there's a massive difference between you're physically the strongest and you're magically the strongest, because Klaus is in no universe magically the strongest. By no way. But
even the Grinch could be stronger.
But we see Phipps fight. Phipps is not stronger than Klaus. Klaus is the strongest fighter, physical fighter. But ZK is pretty strong with like his magic, as we see and as it's told to us. Because he makes people fall asleep. He can move the sand, as we see. And it is said that he can stop the time. Even though we never see that, it is said to do so and nobody ever disagreed with it. So we can assume that's also something that's part of his powers. Ears is strong. We know Ears is strong. He's magical strong. As we see, he can literally darken the sky. Literally.
Spooky.
And with Rune, we literally see that Rune is strong during the entirety of Act 6. We saw it before. Yes, Rune didn't fight off Dark. Dark is a part of Rune, though. So fighting yourself kind of is an issue. Yeah, he did a bit more than darken it, but you know. And Rune during Act 5, we have to I consider the point of Rune was just chained up to a stone that we were proven to that painted dark when chained to it. So there is the assumption there. Yeah.
Surely there's no. You do like that rock. I want you to explain to me in depth why you like that rock.
It's a good point of lore, and you can make a lot of good fan fictions with it.
You can make fan fictions with the rock.
Yeah. But we see that being bound to that rock, Dark was in pain. So it's pretty safe to assume that Rune was also in pain while chained up there. Rune was way longer than Dark chained up to that stone, which probably also... She got stabbed and then bound to that stone that possibly gave her pain. You would be weak after that. Especially after being there, like, for a week. And, like, Dark was there for a few minutes. Rune would have been there for, like, a week. You would be weak after that. So, weakened Rune fighting Ears in Act 5 would have no chance. But
This is true.
But in Act 6, at least a day went by. And
A whole day.
I know, a whole day. How dare they? And Rune is stronger, and we see that because even while they are just 3 people, Rune is nearly able to kill Ears. Even after the other two stop, like, putting their magic on Ears, Rune is nearly able to kill Ears and is able to, by herself, remove Ears' face.
Yoink.
So yes, Klaus is physically the strongest, but magically, he is weak. So yeah, that was my rant, because it's been something that's been bugging me every single time I see a video about, like, the strongest Guardian, and everybody's just like, but Klaus is canonically the strongest. I'm just like, no, fuck you. Good.
Didn't...
But we're already at Act 6, specifically, John did not. Rune took face off. They yoinked face. John had nothing. He did nothing, actually. They never took his face off him. The Guardians always did. Yay. But
it was a hit and run.
Yeah, but while we're already at Act 6 and the finale, I want to talk about something I saw as well. I remember to you about that as well. I need to get that out of my system. There was somebody on TikTok that basically translated said that Dark and White were not in Act 6, but Dark was in control because White would have never gone so far to kill Ears. And I wholeheartedly still disagree. I disagree so bad that I had to ramble about this for like an hour with Chai. I disagree with that because Dark isn't evil in itself. Dark and White are two sides of the same coin. They exist with each other. They fulfill each other. Dark isn't evil, though. Dark is the dark side of Rune, yes. But if you look at the two characters next to each other and the characteristics, yes, Dark is like calculated, calm, in some form dangerous, but like has always the control and the understanding of the situation, while Dark is more of the erratic.
Twice.
I don't know why it happens. Dark is the erratic and more spontaneous side, and more of the side that wants the freedom and will like fight for it in a way. But during Act 6, first of all, we see Dark literally materialized to stop Phipps, and it looked really cool. What can I say? It looked really cool.
Maybe you just think that Dark is hot.
He is. But also, Rune, Dark, always when we saw Dark being in any form of control, we saw Dark being this mostly feral, wild, erratic person.
Little guy.
And not really, like, calculating their moves. But Rune literally said, while talking with Zeke and Klaus before they even went to fight Ears, that she wanted to kill Ears. It wasn't, like, in the moment. It wasn't a erratic decision to kill Ears. It was something she said, that it has to be done.
That was premeditated.
Yeah, it wasn't like Dark, who usually just, like, did what he wanted, and woo, I have my freedom, I can do what I want. No, it was something that Rune specifically said to them that they were going to do. It wasn't a spur of the moment in anger.
Can't wait for 5 more tier lists. Anthea, please, I have school tomorrow. I need to go to sleep.
You can go if you want.
No.
But I know it's very hard to sometimes get how characters are, but please, that was so clearly Rune who cared and not Dark. Yes, Dark is a part who probably also cares. I very much am a fan of Dark very much cares about Rune and with that also kind of everybody else, because yeah. I chained up. The only person I would chain up is Rune. Who said that?
Wow, alright.
Who said that?
Maybe you do need to go to sleep.
Who said that? No, I'm perfectly fine.
Is this normal? Is this standard Anthea behavior?
Yes. But sometimes it's just like these little things that you need to look at, and then you realize that maybe just a little bit it is just not how it is.
Perchance.
Maybe.
I feel like sometimes a lot of people are like, oh no, my character did a bad thing, but it's not their fault because insert excuse here. And then like they come up with just an excuse that doesn't work. It's okay if your character does a bad thing.
Yeah.
They can still be attractive.
Yeah, also
being evil sometimes even sweetens the deal in some scenarios.
yeah.
Like
Also, what needs to be considered is just because a character does something bad doesn't mean it's nothing that's redeemable. Because specifically looking at Act 6, Eos did what he thought he needed to do. He wanted to exact revenge, he wanted to get back what he lost through other people. While the other three just want to stop him. There was never an action that was actually like, I hate you, I want to kill you. It was always, I have to do this. It was never about like, I'm truly evil, because none of them truly are evil. In no way. Not even Eos is truly evil.
yeah.
They all act on anger and how they basically had to react to what happened around them. And considering
who
that
is irredeemable?
The fucking stranger. I hope he fucking dies. I have so much sanity for them. I hate him. Can he please die? Does this tier list have everything? Oh, here we have a list of all the videos
Oh my goodness.
that we can tier list.
I'm
He did
so
die, and it's good like that.
good.
Hmm.
Keep him dead.
The only thing that's missing here is the finale, but the finale is always on the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, the finale basically showed a lot of like, none of the 5 are evil. The big bad was somebody we didn't see in that way. Because up until like, we only saw the stranger like very briefly before. We saw him doing the Sandman's...
Can you go to 5 more tier lists?
I know, but... Hey, listen, this is my last JCU stream. I get to do what I want. But we only saw the stranger during the first time properly during the Santa spin-off, and we saw him briefly during the Man in the Moon one where he rescued Jerky, and then when he showed Julia the way in Act 3. And then we saw him briefly in Act 4 again. And then we saw him in Act 5 for, like, this whole thing where he told, like, Ju what he had to do. And then we didn't see him until we actually got, like, more of his story. And before that, you just were like, hey, this is a character who tries to help them. But he wasn't. He was trying to control what was happening. And I said that, I think, last time, that during Act 5... I was really confused why the stranger didn't just let Ju throw like the bag to Rainer and then have Rainer put on his own face. Well, Eos put on his own face. But it makes sense after Act 6 because, obviously, the stranger was trying to make sure it was at a certain time so he can continue to survive.
Stupid.
Yeah, it made me hate him even more. Okay, we're going through the tier list because we can.
I'm actually abandoning you now.
Okay.
I need to get ready for bed.
Okay.
I am so
Chat.
tired and I don't want to say anything stupid live on stream.
Chat, say bye to Chai. Chai's leaving me. I'm doing this tier list. And then we might go into the songs for a speed round of songs.
You're still gonna go...
We-
It's 25 minutes after stream. Do you know what a 2-hour stream looks like?
I don't know 2-hour streams. Then we might do a speed round of the song tier list, and then I will leave you guys. Unless I have something else to ramble about, then I'm not leaving you. No, please, guys, go to sleep.
Everyone go to bed.
Go to bed, guys. Please, for the love of
bye,
God.
chat.
I will
Bye,
see you
Andrea.
guys. Bye, Chai. Bye, Oscar. I will see you. I will do speed rounds now.
Good luck.
Bye. See ya. There goes Chai. Okay, speed round. We're doing a speed round. I'm actually going to talk about them. The Sandman goes into S. So does the Tooth Fairy. So do these two, because these two are great. No, those were all amazing videos. I love them. They were amazing. What can I say? In general, the Man of the Moon all can stay fairly far up here. This one is... Those two are slightly like less. But that's personal. I like the first one less than this one. This one's actually good. That one's actually good. The old songs out of the Beans are very critical because I don't personally like how many songs there were in it and how much story got lost because of that. Song-wise, this one's good. This one wasn't mine. Neither was the third. The fourth one was actually kind of good. The fifth one was kind of eh. And the sixth one... The sixth one was actually better than the second. But, nah. But yeah, speed round of this. And we're doing a speed round of the songs because I love the songs. And this is my last JCU stream, so I get to do this. So we do a speed round because I actually didn't mean to stream that long. It just... We kept on talking, and that made an issue. Okay, we're going from the top to the bottom. The first Santa song is mid. The first one, this is also mid. These were all mid. This one I love. That one is also good. That's the shared one. That's also good. The Tooth Fairy. These three are amazing. I love them. I can't. Tasty. So tasty. That one is a decent song. I didn't like the Tornado song. This one was okay. Beichte is amazing. I love Beichte. This one is also good. This one is too. Didn't care about this one. Like I said, speed round. Willkommen auf dem Planet is peak. Lovely. That one was decent. I wish there was a full version of it though, because I like that song, but no full version. It's a good song. Anxiety is also a good song. It's all mid. This one wasn't mine. Neither was this. The Maskenboss was amazing. I can't. I don't know which one it is. But I think it's the decent one. I know which one it is. I don't remember the title though. The Santa song was good. I can't. It's an actual good song. I didn't care about this one. Good song. Also tasty song. Decent song. Decent song. Peak. Eternal Worth. Listen to it before stream. Literally, right before stream. Aachen Jungs is just not mine. Neither is theirs. Evolution also listened to right before stream. This is a decent song. Opus Dance! Obviously, right in the front. Right there. Irish Goodbye is also a good song. Monster is such a good song. Push mal dein Mindset is a good song. This list kind of turns into a very long list. That one was actually not that great in my opinion. That one was okay. This one was peak. So very, very quick song list because I can. But I'm going to leave as well because it is like I said, it's nearly 30 minutes past my usual stream time, and I didn't mean to stream so long. So yeah, I'm also a little bit tired, but I enjoyed this a lot. Maybe, I'm saying this because they're not here anymore. Maybe I will do another stream about this. Maybe, at some point, if I have more to talk about again. Maybe I will continue to write down a document and then just talk about stuff every now and then. But yeah, this is the end of the stream, which is... I'm very thankful for everybody who was here. I'm very thankful for Chai, who joined me today. I had a lot of fun. Thank you for everybody who joined on this journey. And I'm so happy and so sad that it's over now. I will be back on Saturday with the next stream, which is the first episode of Amber Life, the upcoming Jewel series that we're having, which is a Secret Life. I'm very excited. It's been in the planning for about 2 months now. Very excited about it. Very happy. But yeah, it's been a lot of preparation time, but it will be great, hopefully. I'm very excited. So I will be back on Saturday at 8 p.m. CEST. Yes, it's summertime again. And yeah, I'm very excited. I won't be here next week, Tuesday, or the week after. I have a lot of things going on Tuesdays apparently right now. But I will be around Saturdays, and maybe I will replace the stream another day in the week then. I will let you know in my beautiful, lovely... I will let you know through the calendar or my YouTube announcements. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the stream as much as I did today. And I hope I will see you on Saturday or the next other stream. But until then, a bye.